Welcome back to the Knock-On Effect, the rugby show where we say what the pundits won't. The Lions just bagged another dominant win down under against the Reds. In today's video, we're going to give our immediate reaction to the match. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. There were some really big statements made in this match and some really interesting takeaways. The Lions seem to be settling into a common theme. We're seeing these clubs come out all guns blazing in the first 30 or so minutes, and then the Lions begin to show their class and pull away. That can't happen against Australia. There's too many errors happening early on. Last week we saw a mess of the restarts, and this week it was handling errors. 9 in the first half is way too many. But what it makes is for some really exciting rugby. We're going to break down the match and shine a light on the big performers. In terms of attack, on paper, Tommy Freeman and Jack Conan had the most carries. DUHAN van der Merwe and Hugh Jones made the most meters, and Freeman bagged 2 tries, while van der Merwe, Hugh Jones, Ringrose, Jack Morgan, Maro ITOJE and Andrew Porter all crossed the try line. As for the eye test, I thought BUNDEE looked superb. He had some massively powerful carries again, and in my opinion, he's really starting to nail down that 12 jersey. Finn Russell at out half is another player that's beginning to become undeniable. He's such a classy operator and has slotted into Farrell's system seamlessly. His decision making is impeccable and always seems to identify the most clinical option in attack. Lastly, a point that I think is often overlooked with him is his kicking. It's absolutely elite. He's banging them over from everywhere in the park. DUHAN van der Merwe had his moments where he looked strong, fast and powerful, but it's hard to overlook his near fatal error in cleaning up the Reds' probing crossfield kick. GIBSON-PARK at scrum half looked a bit rusty in moments in his first start coming back from injury, particularly his miscommunication with Jack Conan for one of the Reds' restarts, but also he offered world-class box kicks and lethal snipes. Hugh Jones picked off a great interception which led to his try, but he didn't have a huge amount of success in the smaller moments. Tommy Freeman was much more clinical today, while ELLIOT DALY didn't find himself nearly as involved as he was against Western Force, but still solid at fullback. Conan quietly plugged away with carries, adds to Jack Morgan. I thought KELLEHER, Porter and STUART all carried really well in the early exchanges, while CHESSUM and ITOJE did the grunt work. As for defence on paper, Jack Conan made 23 tackles, Jack Morgan made 21, while ITOJE and KELLEHER were both in the high teens. Morgan had the most turnovers with 3. As for the set piece, ITOJE was utterly dominant in the air with 11 line-out wins. As for the scrum, the Lions conceded 3 penalties through Will Stewart, which is a serious worry. In terms of the eye test, both ITOJE and Jack Morgan had absolute stormers. Farrell would have hoped to have seen a big response from his captain after a relatively underwhelming display against Argentina, and he really stepped up here. Jack Morgan, however, stole the show. The only Welshman left on tour, but he blazed like 2 men. He was everywhere on the pitch. Curry was better today than against Argentina, but for me, he's not doing enough to stand out. CHESSUM had a big opportunity today to lay down a big marker. Another player for me that didn't do enough. Neither player performed badly, but in a squad where competition for places is so closely contested, good just isn't good enough. As for the front row, all 3 of them carried well in the tight areas, but Stewart's 3 scrum penalties didn't do much in terms of distinguishing himself to Andy Farrell. As for the substitutes, I won't lie, I was disappointed. Nobody came on with that Henry Pollock energy and really took the game by the scruff of the neck. This is the Lions. You have to go above and beyond to nail down that starting jersey. If you don't, you're just not going to stand out. All in all, another match, another big win, and 1 step closer to the first test. The restart was better today, but not flawless. That needs to be ironed out. The handling errors will also need to improve a big bit. As for who stepped up, ITOJE, Morgan and Conan were superb in the pack, while Finn Russell and BUNDEE were the standout performers in the backline. We're starting to see a clearer picture as to who is going to start in that all-important first test. But who most impressed you? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, cheers for watching, catch you at the next one.